Oh, hi. Alton Brown here, reading recipes from my new book, Good Eats for the Final Years, which is special because, well, it contains recipes from shows that never actually got made. For instance, the reload of This Spud's For You Too from 2000 and a very long time ago. The recipe, Vichyssoise, a potato and leek soup, typically served cold. It sounds French, but was actually invented at the Ritz in New York City. Why reload it? Well, because now I make mine with a pressure cooker, which is not only faster, but in my opinion, creates a better final dish. Okay, first, the software in no particular order. 3 cups of heavy cream. Yes, 3 cups. Just do it, but don't eat it every day, okay? All right. 2 cups of chicken stock, homemade if possible, salmon roe, and chives. You'll need to chop the chives to garnish. The roe's optional, the chives not. 2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground white pepper, 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, 1.5 pounds of russet potatoes, that's 680 grams, 4 medium leeks, split lengthwise and chopped into half moons, the white and pale green only, and 1/4 cup of chopped celery leaves, the leaves only, not the stalks. Now, when things are chopped up, they should look like this. There are the leeks and there are the potatoes, and no, they don't have to be perfect. Melt the butter in a 4 to 6 quart pressure cooker over medium-low heat. Add the leeks, the celery leaves, 1 teaspoon of the salt, and then cook, stirring often until soft, about 8 minutes. Hey, watch your heat. This is a sweat, not a saute. You do not want any browning, or your final soup will look and taste burnt. Where was I? Next, add the potatoes to the pot along with the broth. Bring to a simmer over medium-high heat, stirring often, and then clamp on the cooker's lid according to the manufacturer's instructions and bring to full pressure over high heat. All right, pressure cookers work by increasing the atmospheric pressure inside the pot, thus increasing the boiling point of the water inside. Okay, now this lets us break down the potatoes without giving them enough time for the swollen starch particles to fully burst and make things gummy. The thing about pressure cookers to remember, they're all a little different, so make sure you read the manual, especially anything that's got like a big caution on it, because, well, that's just a good policy in general. Once the pressure is attained, back the heat down to medium-low to just maintain the pressure. Cook for 8 minutes. Step 4. Kill the heat and release the pressure by opening the dump valve or by setting the cooker under cold running water until the pressure lock releases. When the lid can be safely removed, carefully transfer the mixture to a blender carafe. Now, if the mixture fills your carafe, you can either buy out another blender or work in batches. That's fine. Just don't fill the carafe more than half full. Okay, it's important to leave the very top part of the blender lid off. That's often called the pour tube. You want to leave that open because as the hot soup spins around inside, it is going to heat the air inside the carafe, and that expanding air has to have somewhere to go. A tightly sealed lid could pop off at this point, and that could lead to a very hot mess indeed. All right, here we go. If you're afraid of a mess, just cover that hole lightly with a tea towel. Blend on low for 1 minute before slowly increasing the speed to smoothly puree the soup. Transfer the mixture back to the pot and whisk in the cream and white pepper. Taste and adjust the seasoning. Chill thoroughly by placing the pot in a large bowl of ice water or in your sink. Why move this all back into the pot? Why not just pour the cream into the blender? Because most blenders just don't have that kind of space. Then refrigerate for at least a few hours before serving. Serve in chilled bowls or cups topped with a small spoonful of roe and chives. Tightly covered, the soup will keep for up to 1 week in the refrigerator. It can also be frozen in ice cube trays, transferred to freezer bags, and kept in the freezer for up to 3 months. Now, vintage Vichyssoise sets like this are easily found online and feature bottom cups that hold ice, and then the top bowl holds the soup into the ice. Very nice for keeping things cold, even in summer. Well, this and many more recipes are featured in Good Eats for the Final Years, which can also be used to secure stacks of paper on your desk. I love a multitasker.